It's now 2 o'clock in the morning. And this is the only time I get time to work on the Beetle, the car that I'm going to give away to one of you. This week was rough. I was busy with a lot of metal work, working long hours. I'm just going to quickly sort out the mess here, make some space, and then we'll work on the fenders again. This part of the fender, I didn't do the correct width and the rounded edges, so I'm going to just cut a small piece of sheet metal and then we'll weld it in and we'll make it nice again. I've got a bit of a cactus infestation here. When you use your discs economically, you end up with this. I taught my staff well. Okay, so this doesn't look very nice. I'll make it pretty. But this gap must be 20 millimeters. So I'm going to measure it out and then we're going to round it. It seems to me I don't have any proper pens left. I have to make another plan now. This is something that I never do. Use a grinder without a cover. But I have to. But apparently in America that is the norm. Okay, this is what we have and what we are going to work with. I can't get it better than this. We'll clean it up, spray it with a spray filler and hope for the best. So it's still pitch dark outside. It's already 2 hours in the workshop. Before I spray fill again, I'm going to sand this fender down as well as the other fenders. And then I'm going to put spray filler all the places where we need spray filler, like there. This is now the first time that I sanded it down after the spray filler. And this part here is actually beautiful. But what I do see is I've got some spots here and many spots here. So I suspect that this car was in a little accident here. This area here. I can feel there's some uneven spots. I will maybe just put a little bit of filler in there and sand it down and see what we get. So while I give this filler some time to set, I'm going to spend some time on this fender, sanding it down, see if there's any small imperfections that we can sort out. This looks good. 2, 3 high spots here that I'll address. It's a little bit rough on the edge here. Another coat of spray filler, this will be good. Now this is the left front fender. While we were busy building these structures, someone mysteriously dropped a piece of metal on this fender. So I'm quickly going to hammer out that dent, see if we can get it perfect again. This fender doesn't look bad. I think it's going to smooth out pretty. It's going to be beautiful. Dent deleted. This fender is not too bad. There's a few places that I sanded through to the bare metal. Just gonna treat that with the edge primer again, and then I think as soon as I can sand down this one, we'll put some filler in. Then we'll put another coat of high bolt primer. That's it. And we're almost ready for a top coat. So the sun is rising. Look at our view from the workshop. Beautiful mountains in the background. It's now 5:30 in the morning. We will have load shedding, which is a common occurrence in South Africa, where they switch off our power. So 6 o'clock until 8 o'clock we won't have power. So I'm going to see what I can do in that time to keep myself busy. So here in the workshop, you can see looks like the mortuary, all the body parts lying. Okay, I'm back from the shop with some stuff that they couldn't mix the top coat for me because the guy's not working today. I'm going to measure out the paint and then weigh it on a scale so that I don't need this cups anymore. So if I mix it and I weigh it and I write it down and I make notes and I remember to look at my notes, then I can be much more accurate in my mixing. Yeah, yes. So my plan now is to use a cup that's calibrated on a scale and weigh the paint. Then in future I can just use that cup on this scale to get the right mix, the right ratio. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to mix the primer on the scale in this cup to get the right weights, and then I'm going to record it on my piece of paper. MS primer is mixed at a ratio of 4:1. 4:1. Scale is set to 0. $424 grams. And now for hardener. $482, so it's 58 grams of hardener. And we'll stir it up. If it's too thick, then we'll thin it with some thinners. I'm going to thin it. Okay, so I added another 38 grams of thinner. Let's paint. Okay, I see many imperfections here, so my plan is now to leave it like this until it dries properly. There's a few places that I see there's some little holes in. We'll fill those, we'll get this perfect and put another coat of primer and then the top coat. So for today, this is all. I'm going home now. I'm going to braai. So your homework is to find out what a braai is if you're not from South Africa.